Aloha, shalom, salam, greetings, and Shabbat shalom. It's Shabbat here still right now. So it's my favorite day of the week, and I'm wearing all black today because Saturday is connected to Saturn, and the color for Saturn is black. Just wanted to share that with you guys in case y'all want to join me next week and wear the color of the day. So today's the final quarter activation, and I love that it's the very last day of July on the Gregorian calendar. For those of you who are new to these videos, welcome. We do this every week, and it's been going on for years, and we never miss a week. And these videos don't necessarily have anything to do with the moon other than the fact that we use it as a measurement of time. The final quarter moon is reflecting to us something that's going on within all things, including within ourselves. Final quarter is about integrating last week's message. Last week was the full moon, full illumination of what's been going on in our lives. Now we can integrate that information. Now we can actually digest it, let it go, and create a space for next week's new moon. So I call this final quarter moon the in-between week because we are right in between the full moon and the new moon, closing up one cycle and beginning another. As usual, I'm tuning in from the amazing Sedona, Arizona. Where in the world are you? Where are you tuning in from? Let us know in the comments. I see Mississippi, I see Sweden, Australia, Oregon, Washington. What's up, world? Yay! So good to see you all. California. So this is the grid of light that we are creating right now. Look at the comments, see where everybody's tuning in from. And then whenever you're ready, just let go. And it doesn't take anything other than your conscious awareness, being present now in this here now moment. Let go of whatever thoughts, feelings you've been carrying all day, all week, all month. Even if it has to do with what we've been talking about the last 3 weeks, the last 3 activations that are bringing us to this final quarter. Let it all go. Just be present. Just be open. Just be empty. And use your imagination because the mind is key. The first principle of Hermetics is the principle of mentality. So use your imagination. We have Canada. We have Vegas, New York City, Illinois. Amazing. Sending love to you all. Wisconsin. Awesome. So go ahead and just connect to all these beautiful beings that are tuning in live right now. Connect to their energy. You can see us holding hands across the world. Please feel free to share this right now in your favorite groups. Wyoming, Florida, Long Island, New York. So go ahead and share with your favorite groups. Maybe they're yoga groups, self-help, self-love, spiritual, star seeds, meditation, sound healing, whatever groups you think people may benefit from hearing this message. Share it now so we can get as many people into the portal live as possible. And then if you just want to wait till the end, you may prefer to share it then. The recording will be loaded to youtube.com/RebeccaMagic as well as my Instagram, Rebecca Magic. So if your friends don't have Facebook, there are plenty of different ways to share it. Iowa, Kansas City, Florida, England, what's up everybody? Oklahoma, Oklahoma. Phew. So just really feeling grateful for this community that has built around these activations. Feeling you all here now with me. I'm going to go ahead and take out my cards now and begin to shuffle. And remember that these cards, these characters, are representations of fundamentally operative laws, universal truth. And these cards also represent angles of your mind, our mind, angles of awareness, angles of consciousness. So they're inside of you. These characters are just aspects of your own psyche. So knowing that, connect to the deck right here, right now. Understand that these characters are all parts of the same one whole, the one of which we are all a part. Giving thanks in advance for the message that's about to come in. so that we can unite in this message and focus on the priority work. What is the wisdom that we need to hear right now as we close up one cycle and begin another? Now that those are all shuffled, I'm going to take out my Hebrew cards that I made and shuffle them as well. Again, just like the tarot, the Hebrew letters also represent universal truths and wisdom. And they also exist inside of us and within all things. They are the building blocks of reality. Same thing with the Egyptian alphabet. Same thing with all alphabets. Same thing with all things. The many live within the one within the many. And when you learn about the universal language of symbolism, you begin to develop the eye to see truth in all things. You can go ahead and send your energy into the deck. All right, beginning with the tarot cards. Tarot Torah, Tarot Torah. Tarot is a mini condensed pictorial version of the Torah. If you want to know more, ask me, send me a message. So beginning with the tarot cards, who has a message for us in this deck? Who has a message for us about our priority focus right now? What is our priority focus in regard to the current challenge? What is the biggest challenge right now as we close one cycle and prepare the space for another? What is the challenge right now as we close one cycle and prepare the space for another? What is something that needs to be let go of that's perhaps taking up some of our energy and awareness that we could be using instead to focus on the current challenge? And as always, I will pull with the Hebrew deck, or I shouldn't say as always, but as lately we've been doing, I'll pull the ally from the Hebrew deck. I just want to show you guys what it looks like here. It's my little feet. This is the layout right here. I don't often show this angle, so here you go. Okay. Beginning with the current challenge. Boom, baby, boom. I think for the last, I don't even know how many activations, we've been starting off with a major arcanum card. I just love you guys. There's so much power in this portal. And speaking of portal, look at the number at the top. It's the 0. In a lot of decks, especially in modern tarot, you will see the Fool associated with the Aleph, the Hebrew letter Aleph. This is a manipulation, and it throws off the entire interpretation of the rest of the deck. So if you want to know more about that, please reach out to me. I've got videos and books on these manipulations, how to correct them, how to see through them to the truth, to expand your mind to access the deeper initiations within the tarot. And with that said, this is the current challenge. As we close up one cycle and begin anew, what does that look like in regard to the Fool? Some of us are more on the challenge end of it, and some of us are more on the gift end of it. The challenge is one with the gift, because as we ace the challenge, it becomes the gift. So the challenge would look like we're struggling to embrace a new beginning, where we're struggling to take the first step toward a new beginning because we're afraid. We're paralyzed in fear. We see these mountains in the distance and we're like, I can't even take the first step. But the thing is, there are always going to be lows and highs and lows and highs and lows again and highs again, and it's never ending. Even beyond this life, beyond this particular incarnation, So how foolish of us to be paralyzed in fear and not take the first step because there's a challenge ahead. That's ridiculous. And the more we affirm this, the more we reflect upon this, the more we tell ourselves, hey, there's always going to be challenges and gifts, ups and downs forever. Then the easier it is to take that first step in the direction we know we have to go in. We know what we have to do. We always know if we just can tune in. And once we know, we have to just act on that knowing. And any hesitation is reflecting doubt, self-doubt, doubt in the divine plan. It's reflecting fear. So how long are you hesitating? How long are you going to wait to take that first step? And really look at that and know that the amount of moments you spend in hesitation reflects the work that you have to do to release doubt, anxieties, fear, mistrust in yourself, the larger one. Some other aspects, I'll go to the more positive side of this. I'll go to the gift side in a moment, but I want to really focus on what it looks like as a challenge right now. And I also want to say this, that we all experience both the challenge and the gift. There's not a one of us who's experiencing this energy right now just as a challenge or just as a gift. Look really closely and you'll see that this archetype is manifesting all around us and within us in ways that are both challenging and in ways that are rewarding. But the more we can be aware and the more we can consciously participate in this process, the more we can take the wheel or take the reins on the situation and guide ourselves to success. So let's still focus on the fear. What does it look like right now, this challenge, as we step into the new beginning? I'm worried that I don't have what I need. But look, he has everything he needs in this tiny satchel. And it's just what that is. This is a symbol reflecting his minimalist lifestyle, knowing that he has everything he needs within him. Check it out, you guys. He is made up of his surroundings. His pants match the mountain. His boots match the sky. His clothes are even made up of everything else that you see in the picture. The red matches the bag. Like, it's all connected. He's blending into his environment, which is reflecting this truth that you have everything you need within you. You are made up of the elements, and so is the field around you. You are one with it. And as you learn to define clearly and consciously what the elements are, you then begin to define who you are and how you perceive yourself and what reality is and how you perceive reality. So as you step into this new beginning, remember the current challenge is this, right? We're preparing for the new moon and beginning. The current challenge is this, really getting in tune with our definitions of the elements as they exist inside of us and all around us. We always want to look to the card that comes right after to know where we're heading. After the 0, the Fool, comes the 1, the Magician. How are we going to use what we've got, what's inside of us and all around us, to make magic? For what purpose? For what cause? So before we step into that active element of the Magician and begin to use our magic, first let's really address what magic is. What is this light inside of us? What are these elements that we're made up of, and how are we made up of them? What is their synergy? What does that look like inside of us? What does it look like in nature? We're at the beginning now, so how can we lay the foundation before we step into whatever it is we're stepping into upon the new moon next week? The challenge of the Fool tells us that right now, as we're in between the full and the new moon, it's time to get back to the fundamentals. Now let's talk about what it looks like as the gift. As we begin to ace this challenge of not trusting in divine order, not feeling like we don't have everything we need, right? Let's move out of that fear. Let's move out of the more challenging aspect to the gift side of it. And that looks like this. Let's say I'm speaking as the Fool is speaking through me. I trust that I'm connected to an infinite source of wisdom Light, love, truth, power. I come from this source and I return to this source. My purity will guide me. Purifying my desires, that's this white rose right here, purifying my desires will surely clear the path in a way where I can intuitively follow my own inner guidance. Creator is my loyal companion, always at my side. The universe doesn't put out the net until I jump. There will always be challenges ahead, but there will also be gifts. Without the challenge, there's nothing to transcend. Without the challenge, there's no chariot. So I'm ready. I won't be naive, but I'll be trusting in divine plan, knowing that nothing is outside of divine order. I'm a fool in a sense that I'm open and receptive to God's will, the will of the Creator unfolding. I have everything I need within me. Where I am at right here, right now is perfect. I need be nothing more. I need do anything more. I am perfect right here, right now. On my mission. And so the more that we can think, say, and do in a way that opens us up to the new, the better. Right now is the time to let go of fear, be open, receptive to new beginnings. Take it from the fool. He's within you. Do whatever you can right now to open up to the new, to let go of the fear of the unknown. Powerful beginning to this reading. What is the energy now that we need to let go of from this past cycle that will free up more energy for us to do this, to focus on the new beginning? What's that thing we're holding on to that we're ready to let go of? Another major arcanum. Major arcana card, the Hanged Man, aka the martyr in ancient Egypt. And this is the perfect card to be the one for what we have to let go of, obviously, because it's about sacrifice. It's literally the one archetype that represents that concept so directly. By the way, every major arcana card represents a different stage within the alchemical process. So this is about getting rid of the dross, getting rid of what is not serving, purifying. And something that I'm seeing very clearly is this. We need to let go of this idea that we need to let go. Sometimes we become so lost in the process of renunciation, and we think that we have to keep giving up or keep giving of ourselves, and really all we need to do is give of our time and presence. Stop thinking that it's about the outside and what you're giving materialistically. Bring it back to what is really worthy of gifting to anyone, which is your time, your presence, which is love, which is light, which is truth. This feels very clear, and let me know in the comments if this resonates with you, please. Right now is a time to stop doing so much, thinking that we need to act outside of ourselves in order to get somewhere, in order to be more. Calm down. You are perfect as you are. Let go of this need to keep doing. The best things that we can sacrifice right now are things that are unseen. They're thoughts, beliefs that are deeply ingrained. That's what needs to be let go of. Those are the things in the way, and all we need to do is close our eyes and go within. Reflect, meditate, pay attention to our thoughts. We're already in the transformation. 12 comes before 13. 13, the death card, is about transformation. We're already in that transformation. You can stop trying so hard now. You can stop trying so hard. There's a time and a place. There's a time and a place. It's a sequence. We've already passed this part. We'll return again here. Don't you worry. There'll be plenty to sacrifice in the future. But we can let go of this idea that we need to sacrifice more right now. You've given a lot, and there will be a time again. But once we sacrifice, once we give, once we create the space, then something new comes to fill it. Hence the illumination here. He's seeing things from a new perspective because he gave up an old belief and now he can be illuminated by a new one, right? And so we've done that already, and now we're in the change part of it. Now we're experiencing the transformation, and I think some of us are going, whoa, 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 whoa. We're trying to hit the brakes. We're trying to stop. Maybe I don't want this. So pay attention closely to where you might be resisting the change that you yourself asked for. We initiated this. We have to own it. We have to take accountability. And how we do that is by being present in the change and opening up and assisting nature in what is inevitably unfolding right now. Don't be afraid. Lean into, open up to the change. The more we resist, the more the pain persists. Another aspect of this being something we need to let go of is we may still be stuck in the victimization programming that comes with this stage. It's like we sacrifice and we're ready for the change, but our mind is still stuck in the sacrifice stage and not moving on into alignment with the changes that are happening very physically, emotionally. Our mind needs to align with our body. We need to accept where we are at mentally, and we need to start observing our thoughts and making sure that our thinking is reflecting the changes, that our thoughts, that our belief programs right now are supportive of the new reality that is unfolding before our very eyes. What did you have to give up? What did you have to let go of this past month to be who you are now and to become who you're becoming? Get over it. What part of you is not accepting that release, that surrender? What part of you is still attached? Don't just do some, moon ritual cord cutting, visualization. Like, it's got to be real. It has to be with kavanah, with your spirit, with full belief and faith. It also has to be with not only your intuition, but with your intellectualism. You need to logically be able to make sense of the sacrifice that you just made this past month. Whatever you've let go of this past month, you need to be 100% not only accepting of that, you need to have compassion and understanding for yourself and anyone involved with that situation, why you did it. You need to really fully believe that it was the right move to make. Because if there's any part of you deep inside that does not fully support that sacrifice, then there's that same deep part of you that's not fully accepting that sacrifice is going to resist the change that would have come if the sacrifice was authentic and true. So make sure that all parts of you, the whole and holy you, are on board with this change. And check in with your inner counsel. Pass the peace pipe around in your heart and make sure that every part is supportive of the new vision. And if you feel resistance, or if there's a voice, an aspect of your mind, an angle of your mind that needs to be heard, pay attention. Look closely. Ask what it has to share, and then integrate that information. But don't leave anything unresolved, because that lack of resolution will reflect as conflict and chaos in the near future. So, that's what needs to be let go of. Whatever your sacrifice was, it's time to move ahead and remember why you did it and be 100% on board with your decision. Moving on to the ally. The tet. This is the Hebrew letter tet. It has a number value of 9. It's about what is hidden within. It's like a snake coiled up in a basket. How can we look through the illusion to the truth? Right now, it's up to us to look at the unseen reality, the world of causes that is behind this world of effects. We have to see beneath the veil, beneath these layers, straight to the truth. And in regard to these two powerful cards that we pulled, it's like, how is it related? So powerful. How is it related? Saying that if we want to really create this new foundation, go back to the fundamentals so that we can step into this new beginning with our greatest strength, which is creators. How can we do it? We got to see through to the truth. We have to remember what this is all for. We have to be able to forget about the material details of what's unfolding and look deeper. When we do that, everything becomes less scary. Everything, we just go, oh yeah, this is all impermanent anyway, and I'm going to return back to source. That's that spiritual white sun right there at its zenith in the sky, reflecting where we come from and where we return. So of course, if we can see through the illusion to the truth, we'll lighten up. We'll look a lot more like this, feeling carefree, feeling ready and prepared with where we are and what we've got right here, right now, to step into the mission ahead. And if we see right through the BS to the truth, then we'll easily be able to let go of whatever we're taking personally, let go of what it is we had to let go of. We'll happily surrender. We'll happily support whatever that sacrifice was we recently had to make. We'll go, oh yeah, of course, I see through to the truth, and I can no longer entertain this victimization, this victim consciousness. I can no longer entertain this attachment, because nothing is real and nothing to get hung about. The Tet is also associated with Arcanum 9, of course, in the tarot. And again, this is a manipulation. In most modern tarot, it won't tell you this truth. So ask me about that. Send me a message if you want to know more. So the Tet is associated with the Sage, aka the Hermit. And it's 9. It's all about endings. It's time to end superficial sight, superficial vision. It's time to begin and to sustain seeing the truth behind it all. The Hermit or the Sage reminds us why we're here, reminds us of our mission, helps us to see the bigger picture. Helps us to be the humanitarians that we need to be in this world. Helps us to stop thinking that we need to be more, do more. More. The Sage, aka the Hermit, knows that everything comes to us. We're not really even traveling. Time and space is an illusion. So whenever you think that you need to go somewhere or seek something outside of yourself, remember the inner sage or the inner hermit will tell you, if you can just tune in and listen, will tell you everything is right here, right now, inside. We don't need to go anywhere, do anything, teach anyone. Remember, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And we're all teachers, and we're all also the students. So we don't need to worry about wearing that hat or teaching anyone anything, or even teaching ourselves. Life is a school. We learn what we need to when we need to. Everyone does. So the wisdom of Tet will tell us right now, relax. There's truth within all things. Relax. There's truth within all things. See the bigger picture. Relax. There's truth within all things. See the bigger picture. And when we do that, it makes it very easy to just allow God's plan to unfold. Allow the divine plan to unfold. It's always unfolding. All we need to do is just accept it. All right, you guys. Here it is. Da-da. Da-da. So you may want to put the Tet, T-E-T, on your altar. You may want to put the Hanged Man on your altar. I recommend putting this on your altar just for a couple of days. As we get closer to the new moon, this should disappear because it's a thing we're letting go of. You may want to print out the Hanged Man and burn it. You may want to take your Hanged Man card or print out and look at it and have a conversation with it and then put it away. Because this is the energy we're trying to let go of. First, it needs to be looked at in order for it to be let go of. We can't just brush it under the rug. So look at it and recognize it as the part of you that sacrifices in the name of devotion, in the name of creating a change. What needs to be let go of in order for the change to come? You already did it. What was the thing you let go of? Let it go. Time for change. You may want to put the Fool on your altar and leave it there all week. You may want to leave it there forever. I actually make, you guys, I haven't made these in a while, but I started making them again. So if you're interested, please PM me. I make tiny custom mini tarot decks of the Brotherhood of Light Egyptian Tarot as well as the Rider-Waite, so that you can play around with them on your altar more easily, because the big cards can be a little more difficult because they're so large and you only have so much altar space. But I recommend even making your own, or just getting the full-size deck if you have it and putting the Fool out there all the time. All of these archetypes are present every moment. They represent like Ezekiel's wheel. They represent like a wheel of light, and these wheels of light they link up to make these chains that make up all of our reality. So they're all always present, but the Fool is one that is so amazing to always have around you, because it's the zero, it's the portal, it's the lens that we see all of the other archetypes through. This is the hidden key of the tarot. If we don't have this archetype down, we will never access the deepest layers of all of the other initiations in the other cards. If you want to know more about the lens of the Fool and how to access this perspective, not just with the cards, but through your own mind, my book will show you the way. Royal Path 1, activating the archetypal alliance within. Royal Path 2, a journey into the minor arcanum of tarot. You can find them on Amazon, but really I sell most just directly from my hands to yours. I sign them. It's a lot of fun. So reach out if you're interested. And thank you to everybody who has purchased my book and who has shared with me how it's helping you, how you're relating to the wisdom within it. I so appreciate it. If you want a preview, I also have a preview of the Storyteller's Activation, the beginning of my first book. It's on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/RebeccaMagic. Feel free to subscribe there, as I do share things other than just the activations on my YouTube channel. And please follow me on Instagram, Rebecca Magic. I'm there as well. You guys, these are my pride and joy. I share all about the manipulations in here, how to access the truth, how to reframe your mind in regard to the elements, how to redefine the elements, how to access their wisdom and power in your everyday life. I'm also halfway through my children's book, so hang in there. It's the Royal Path for kids. It doesn't say the names of the archetypes. However, it is a collage of affirmations that are related to each of the major arcana cards. And it just kind of walks the child or anyone through that, down that royal road, that royal path, and puts your energy mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and then physically, in alignment with the sacred sequence, which is a story that's written in our DNA. So if you're interested and you don't have my book yet, please feel free to reach out to me. You can email me at bexmagic@gmail.com, BEXMAGICK@gmail.com, or you could just send me a private message here. I don't always see the comments, so I'm sorry if I don't get to you guys in the comments here. I love y'all. And also my private groups, if you want to join on Facebook, I got 2. One of them is called The Royal Path. It's where we all meet in between these activations and just kind of share, ask questions. tap into the hive mind. I also have another private group called Shabbat Crew, Shabbat Crew, Crew. It's on my wall, so it should be nice and easy to find it if you want to join us. In that group, every weekend, I personally share, my own Kabbalistic interpretation of the current Torah story, which, by the way, always aligns with the activation. So yeah, feel free to join us in there. I also go live every Friday night for the Shabbat candle lighting blessing with the ancient melody. So please join us. Join people from all over the world as we unite in the spirit of Shabbat, which is not just for Jewish people. It's for everyone and anyone who wants to tap into the sacred power and assist the one in bringing heaven to earth, bringing in the new world. And just in regard to what I said a moment ago, about how the activations are always in alignment with the Torah story, I just want to share with you guys that this Torah story was all about Moses giving his final farewell and to the nation of Israel, and they're about to enter the Holy Land. And he says, remember, if you follow the commandments, you will be blessed. If you really give it your best, you will be blessed. The more you give, the more you get. This is in short. If you want to know more, you can access it on my YouTube channel, my Instagram, or you can check it out in our private group on Facebook, Shabbat Crew. And so that's just saying they're about to enter the Holy Land. It's like they're on this fool's journey. They're about to enter. They have to put their best foot forward. So just a little hint, just a little preview of how the Torah story always aligns with the activation. And I'll tell you guys, whether you follow Western astrology or Vedic or Mayan, the tarot readings, the activations will always be aligned with what's happening in the stars because they are the foundation of all the systems. The archetypes are the foundation of every other system. This is why after the activations, I get messages from people who practice with astrology and numerology from many different cultures, different angles, and they all say the same thing. Wow, that was so in alignment with what's happening in the stars. Yeah, because these are the stars. These archetypes, these characters are representative of the stars, of us. We are the stars. Do you ever look at your body? You look like a star. Electromagnetism flows from your head, your hands, your feet. You're a star. You're a star. Thank you for shining your light. Feel free to share this video with your family and friends whom you think could benefit from this message or whom you think could help activate the portal even further. Thank you, mahalo, toda rabah, and I'll see you next week for Shabbat and the activation. Shalom.